I could never do acting because I can't work or put myself in toxic environments. I would refuse. I would just walk off. Um, I'm temperamental like that. I won't deal with disrespect. I was just watching a clip about Robert Pattinson. I think that's how you pronounce his name. When he did the Twilight series, and apparently not just him, but a few of the cast separately were warned um, that if they don't improve, then they'll be sacked. So they literally, when they come back, whatever you've been doing, do the opposite. That's what their managers told them because they thought they were just going for a nice visit, and that's what they were told. Problem is, my reaction to that would have been they can. I honestly wouldn't give a shit if it's a £20 million opportunity. I don't. Money is irrelevant to me. For me, I'm all about integrity and principles. I can't put up with shit like that. I won't. I just refuse. As soon as I'm challenged in a toxic way, I'll just tell them to fuck off. I would have just told them fuck off and I'd have walked off. That's how I would have been. I can't do it. It's just there's no way. It was a job I had a couple year ago or so, year or so ago, and I was getting treated differently to other people because I'm a communicator. People gravitate to me. But I work hard. I'm a logical thinker. I'm good at coming up with ways to improve situations as well. But some people have their head up their arse. They don't want to hear anything. And it's like, whatever. And I was warned. They put me on an area I didn't want to work, and they knew I didn't want to work there. It's a ridiculous place. And they promised me they wouldn't do that. So when they did, I was like, it pissed me off. But again, it was like an agency guy came up to me and said, right, I need you to stay here because they're not happy that you go and do other things or you talk to people. They just want you to stay here and do that. And I said, well, I'm on the verge of fucking walking out, mate. I said, so he goes, don't do that. Just try and, if you can just do this. And I said, they're pissing me off. I was quite blank honest with him. I said, I could leave at any moment. I'm just telling you. And it was quite funny. So I finished all the work in that area and I thought I wouldn't let anyone pigeonhole me or trap me put like a caged animal, And it was unfair because they weren't treating anyone else like this. They were just always pointing me out, almost like because I'm independent, do my own thing. But I work hard and I get everything done. And I was like, I ain't putting up this shit. So as soon as I finished what I was doing, I'd cleared the area. And I was like, right, I'm going back where I come from now because that's where I normally work anyway. And then the team leader come towards, but he weren't going to say anything to me, and that's what pissed me off. Is that they don't want to say anything direct. It's always through third parties. So I sort of challenged him. I said, what the hell's going on here? I said, I just had someone tell me that, I'm on a final warning. I haven't even had a warning. What the hell are you talking about? And me and him had an argument. But I was very reserved because I was like very calculated with my responses. And he said, why won't you do as you're told? I said, what are you talking about? I said, I'm here because I'm supposed to be here. He said, yeah, and I put you over there. I said, yeah, and you told me you wouldn't put me over there because you knew I told you I'd leave if you put me there. And he said, why won't you do it though? Why won't you do as you're told? I thought about it. I thought, I'm not wasting my energy on this guy. At the time, I was writing my books and things, and that was incredibly demanding. Like, everybody coming over there was absolutely ruined. And yet everybody else gets to leave work happy, That was a dog shit of an area. And I'm trying to write a book in my spare time. So I work hard enough just like everybody else, but that was like punishing for no extra pay. And I was thinking in my mind, I've got this book to write in my spare time. I haven't got the energy for this shit, and I've done enough. But I thought I'm not going to say this to this guy because this guy's an idiot. So I said, "What is it?" I said, "It's none of your business," But anyway, when it got down to it, he was like, "Will you go back? Will you go back where I put you?" I looked at the time. We had like an hour and a half left of the day, but I thought that would be torture for me. Another hour and a half, feeling like a trapped prisoner, and I may not come back the next day anyway. So I just thought about it. And I said, nah, fuck it. I said, I'm going home. I quit on the spot. I thought, no way. So if you put me in that situation that Robert Pattinson was in, and you've got a recruitment manager, whatever the hell it is, comes to you instead of the director or someone that actually works on the set. So if they don't even have a decency to talk to you in a normal human way, and they sort of put an ultimatum on you, I'll just, nah, fuck it. If you're threatening me with I'm going to lose my job if I don't do something better now, nah, ain't worth it. Bollocks. Because I don't even know what you want. Literally just told him to do the opposite of what he's been doing. That's not guidance. He's got to go in now and try and figure out what the hell the director wants without the director talking. Fuck the director. That's the thing with me. I treat everybody on the same level. I don't care if you're freaking high status. I don't care if you're low status. We're all just people. So if you can't treat someone with respect, I got no respect. It's a bit different. A bit different. It's a lot different if someone just come up to you in an authentic way and just said, "Look, you're playing this role a bit too negative. You're withholding a lot of your emotions and things. And if you could just be a bit more outgoing, just smile a little bit more, and breathe life into the character, um, then the role will and enhance the role, and that's kind of what we're looking for. So if you can just do that, but if no one bothers to say that to you, and they just give you an ultimatum of if you don't do the opposite of what you're doing, then we're just gonna have to recast this role. What the hell is this shit? I can't work like that. That's just ridiculous because now I don't know what you want because no one can communicate because everyone's up their own arse. Shut up your arse. Actually make me laugh as well. So I don't care. I'm not someone that would ever look at the money lost. I would say my integrity is intact. So I'd actually walk around happy that I never sold myself for anything. And that's the thing with me. I won't. You challenge me, I'll make a decision. Walked away from my last job because it was a pile of shit. My manager just kept lying and lying. He said it was a warehouse role. It was a brand new build. We've still got to put all the products away and things when we started. We had to get more machinery later on. But everything just kept changing, No integrity at all. It would be this many breaks. This is the hours. This is the shifts. It'd be a wonderful place to work. It's going to be like a family run. It's going to feel family like. We're going to be great. He just become more corporate. He started off okay, but then the more he was upstairs and disassociated with downstairs, all of a sudden it's like becoming statistics, quotas, and not even appreciating the hard work you're putting in. It's almost like you could do all this hard work and you can even do a little bit of overtime, but if you didn't do all the overtime, he was upset with you, like disappointed them. And I'm thinking, you are a crazy motherfucker. So me and him had a lot of conflict. I had a lot of arguments. Had a lot. I was one of the only ones that actually speak up, and I didn't give a shit. There was actually a chief executive guy from the company, one of the like that high up, came down for a tour, and he stood there there's a couple of managers, and everybody else just kept their mouth shut. We had the drivers, we had everybody there, and they were saying things. If anyone's got a question, I'd just come back from time off, and everybody was pissed off all day, telling me about like the things that have changed and all that. And I was like, "You serious?" They knew how to rile me up. So I'm standing there, and everybody else is keeping quiet. And his chief executive said, "Has anyone got any questions?" So I put my hand up. And I said, apparently we're like losing all our breaks. I said, it's freaking freezing in here in the winter. It's boiling in the summer. I said, this place is living hell. I said, and everything keeps changing. And then my manager's mouth went from like looking at me trying to keep, because he knew, and he kept looking at me and smiling beforehand. And then his mouth just went all tense and looked at the floor. He wouldn't even look at me. And apparently the other manager looked fuming. So we had another meeting later with the whole group, about our team. And it's quite funny because I'd said everything I wanted to say. For me, it was like for everybody else to now speak up in this meeting. So I was like, I could say something, I can't be asked anymore. So the manager actually said to me, like in that thing, he said, have you not got anything else to say? Because you look like you might have something. I said, no, I've got nothing. I said, I covered what I want to say. Yeah, because it's not for me to fight everybody's battles, I did the speaking up. Everybody else got issues, you say it. But yeah, it was just so many lies, though. The job just got more and more demanding. It become more physical. It was supposed to be more forklift based. It ends up so physical. It was unreal, the weights we was lifting. The hazards pissed me off more than anything. I did say to people, if I leave, it's going to be because it's not safe and someone's going to die here because it was poor run. You end up with people getting hired to be managers of a warehouse that have never worked in a warehouse before. So they're trying to cut costs on the most important parts for shit that doesn't need doing. Effectively, what they were doing was using really broken pallets. These are like water drenched pallets that are broken. You've got incredibly heavy things on these pallets, like ridiculously heavy. They're buckling, and some of them actually snapping. And you're like, one of these that's going to fall. And if the top one, because we can't see the state of the top ones, so it's like if the top one falls, it's going to be a domino effect, smashing all of them down. If someone's underneath that, they're going to get crushed. But yeah, instead of fixing the pallets and paying for decent pallets, they decided to tamper with the forklifts, so they've got sensors and can stop the forklift if someone's nearby. Yet we'd never had an accident on a forklift. We knew what we was doing with them. And people that are not qualified to be around a forklift shouldn't be in a warehouse. It's as simple as that. But they like to have their tour like it's a freaking aquarium, like it's a petting zoo. And they can come on little tours and have a little look around all the time, the people that are upstairs. It was just so mismanaged. And yeah, I've said so much. In the end, I just ended up walking away. I was like, I can't work for you people anymore. And And that's all I'm looking for now. A place that has integrity, a job that actually works.